So another sort of growth point from a business perspective, we said instead of going wider, we want to go deeper. So instead of offering more services to more people, how do we create more value for one client and then charge more? So, I mean, how can I say, the vision for this year was do less, earn more. And we've been constantly trying to figure out what that means and what that looks like. So one of the things was to say, okay, we are currently doing branding. We do a little bit of brand strat, we do some brand identity, and then that basically filters into designing of a product. We're doing that because we need to know what the product needs to look like, essentially. And now we started questioning, okay, what is branding? What is digital brand? Because again, that's not our background, right? Like, we're software developers. We're starting from, again, complete left field, and you're figuring out what the needs of the client are. And now we're sitting and we're saying, okay, what does deeper look like in the branding space? So we've split up the teams, for example, and we said, okay, this team is going to focus on going deeper into branding. This team is going to focus going deeper into system design. And we've done this now for 2 weeks, essentially. And then Dylan literally sat with me and he said, I don't feel like I am going deep. I don't feel like I'm learning more. I feel like I'm stagnating in this process. And the fact that he could say that to me told me, okay, cool. I appreciate it because you're on the ground, you're doing the work. Just because the client is happy doesn't mean that it's good enough. To a client, they're getting the value that they're paying for. But the fact that he as an individual is saying, I am not happy in my growth, tells me that, okay, Dylan, let us figure out what deeper means to you. What do you want to do? How do you want to go deeper? And then how can I then in turn take that depth and sell it for a higher value? Because you have now grown as a person, your skills have deepened, and the value you're now saying you're going to offer to this client means that, yes, we might have used this client and we gave them more than they paid for, but the next client, I've now got proof to say, this is what deeper looks like. This is now what it's going to cost. Yeah. So that's like on a very basic economic scale of how depth and growth can look to a bottom line. But again, it comes from the person, right? Because I think the thing we've all sort of struggled with is it's the work you do on a daily basis that defines whether you as a person are growing in a company. And I think I've always felt within sometimes 3 months, 6 months, or a year, I feel stagnated. What I was doing at the beginning of the year and what I'm doing now is using less and less brain power. And I think that's why me as a person, if I keep understanding where everyone's skill level, where their interest, where they want to grow is going, I can then make sure that the projects we are getting in meets that desire and meets that need, so that the work they're doing on a daily basis actually is growing them and then in turn grows the business.